Hey guys, welcome back. I thought I'd do a quick video, a Motivational Monday video, because we could all use a little bit more motivation. For me, when I'm looking to be motivated, I go to self-help books. So I thought that I would break down one of my favorite self-help books for you, just give you the Coles Note version so you don't have to read the whole thing yourself. Today's book is Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits by James Clear is one of my all-time favorite self-help books. I listen to it over and over again when I need a little bit of motivation, because his whole theory is you don't have to make big changes to have a big impact in your life. It's those tiny microscopic changes that add up to a huge life transformation. So I'm gonna give you a quick Coles Notes version, some of my favorite quotes and my favorite little tidbits from this book that hopefully are motivating you too. The biggest and most impactful thing that I took away from this book is that to make a really effective change, you don't want to focus on the goal or the thing you want to achieve. You want to focus on the person that you'll become when you accomplish that goal or achieve it. So instead of saying, I want to have a clean and organized home, you say, I want to be a tidy and organized person. I want to be a person who enjoys taking care of my home. And that way, when you're approaching any of the tasks that you have to do, you're not seeing this huge mountain that needs to be accomplished. Instead, you're asking yourself, okay, what would a tidy and organized person do in this situation? They'd probably do the dishes before they went to bed, right? You're not telling yourself, I'm going to do the dishes before I go to bed. You're going to always ask yourself, what would a tidy and organized person? Or tell yourself, I'm a tidy and organized person. And then your brain will act accordingly. It's like magic. But honestly, it sounds a little woo-woo, but this really works. The next thing I took from this book that I thought was really fascinating is how compound interest kind of works in your life too. It isn't about just money. It's every time you make a small change or like towards some end goal, all of those tiny things that you do add up to a huge result at the end. So if you want to transform your home, if you want to, I don't know, lose weight, get healthy, it isn't about doing it all in a big chunk. It's about making those tiny atomic changes that add up over time through consistency to a really big result. An example would be doing something really small, like every single night before you go to bed, just making sure your kitchen's tidy. Every day, your kitchen will get a little bit tidier than it was before, and it'll get easier to do that. And eventually you'll spread to bathrooms, living rooms. It will become this slight change that started with 10 minutes every night I'm gonna clean my kitchen to 10 minutes every night means my entire home is tidy. That's the power of compound interest. Except it isn't really interest, but you know what I'm saying. And the last thing that he said that I found so impactful is that your environment is the invisible hand that shapes your behavior. And I really find this especially in the bedroom. On the days that I get up and make my bed, I feel like a productive grown-up, right? It's like my having a tidy bedroom makes me feel and behave like a tidier, more organized, more efficient person. I don't know what kind of wizardry this is, but it really does work. When we take the time to be in control, especially the bedroom, the first room that we see when we wake up, the last place we see when we go to bed, we sort of behave in that way. So even if I'm a hot mess, let's just totally be honest. I am a hot mess, but when I take time to be in control and control my environment in some small way, even if it's just making my bed, I feel like less of a hot mess in every other area of my life. So to sum up this entire book into one quote, basically, I'm going to use his quote, you should be more focused on your trajectory than your actual result. So you're not focusing on the fact that you want to have a clean and organized home, or that you want to lose weight, or how many pounds you want to lose, or whatever it is. You don't want to focus on being debt-free. You want to focus on every day how you're getting slightly closer to that goal, because that is how you keep motivated, you keep your momentum, and you actually achieve the things you want to achieve. Okay, so I'm breaking this down into 5 quick little atomic habits that you should do every single day that will add up to a clean and tidy, organized home for good. Number 1, you're gonna make your bed every morning. Don't roll your eyes at me. I know I say it all the time, but I say it because it works. Number 2, every single day I want you to write a to-do list of things you want to achieve that day, and then circle just one thing, and focus on that. Number 3, I want you to set an alarm for 2 or 3 times throughout your day. Pick some certain times to do a quick 5-minute tidy. So your only thing that you're gonna do is set an alarm to remind you to do 3 quick 5-minute tidies. Number 4, you're gonna fake it till you make it with positive affirmations. I want you to write a sticky note and put it on your fridge or your bathroom mirror that says, I am a tidy and organized person, and then just read that out loud once a day. It seems weird, but really it works. And last but not least, if you do nothing else, I want you to incorporate a nighttime 15-minute cleaning routine. This will 100% ensure that every morning you wake up to a clean kitchen. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're feeling really motivated on this Monday, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. I'm running out of funny stories, but I'll just tell you like a typical day, things that happen to me every day, because I'm kind of not the brightest light bulb. This morning, my assistant Alicia was here and we went to go get coffee because we do that every morning, and I needed gas. So I stopped at the gas station, I'm pumping the gas, and I'm like clearing out the garbage because that's the only time I clean out my disgusting van is while the gas is automatically pumping. And she says to me, shouldn't you turn the car off to pump gas? And I was like, yes, I should. And then I realized I left the car running, and the only reason I realized that is she was still sitting in the car. Do I do this every time? Do I never shut the car off when I pump gas? Would it blow up? This seems like something you should do. Did I almost kill us? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you also forget to turn the car off when you're pumping the gas. I'm gonna guess that's a big fat no, but it also made me think, what other stupid, dumb, dangerous crap am I doing on a daily basis without even realizing it because I don't have people there to point it out to me? Probably a lot of things. I'll see you guys next time.